Hello there.
So we completed all the Band of Brothers content that was available for us. Aside from, possibly doing an audiobook on the channel for reading the book. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, we finished the Band of Brothers miniseries, plus the additional documentary. And hopefully you guys enjoyed those reactions for Band of Brothers. The series was absolutely phenomenal, an amazing experience to witness, and I get to talk about it more with a family member who's currently watching the show as well, which is just more exciting because I cannot wait to hear their thoughts on the show as well. But now it is time to move on from Band of Brothers and watch the Pacific for the very first time. What's going on, guys? My name is Elie Moses, a 24-year-old law and film student here from Sydney, Australia, absolutely shooting a shot, and today we are beginning the Pacific for the very first time with episode 1 of this HBO miniseries as well. 10 episodes, just like Band of Brothers. This episode is titled Guadalcanal, Leckie. Let's get into the reaction. Let's have some fun with this thing. Let's see what's in store for us. Let's go. DreamWorks production is crazy. Hopefully some familiar faces in this one as well. John Berthno? Yeah, let's go. Some of you have said this is as good, if not better, than Band of Brothers, so I'm very excited. Oh, music by Hans Zimmer and Jeff Zanelli. They worked on Pirates of the Caribbean. It's gonna be a win. It's gonna be a win. Yo, this intro music is phenomenal. This intro music is phenomenal already. W's in the chat already. Executive producer Steven Spielberg and Tom Hanks. The Pacific. Similar font. The Band of Brothers as well. Same title, style and design as well. Oh, I recognize him. He was in Terminator Genesis, I think. That one? Been so many of them post, Rise of the Machines. That
Sorry. Vera. Bob Leckie. I'm your neighbor from across the street.
I know who you are, Bob. I thought I was going shopping, but then I passed St. Mary's and thought I'd pray instead.
Hey, Bob.
I joined the Marines.
Secure the bag before you leave, my friend.
Thought I'd do my bit. Fifth in line.
Well, if I don't see you before you go, take care of yourself.
Fumbled.
Wait, Vera, let me get that for you.
Oh, thank you.
Maybe I'll write you.
All right.
I don't know if the signs are there, Bob.
Guys alone. We're here.
Yeah, the faces are so familiar.
I miss anything? Movie hasn't started yet.
He was Bad Boys too.
I missed this thing. Chester's come and gone. Yeah, just missed him. Come on, did I fuck this up or what? Oh, yeah.
Attention on deck!
Japanese are in the process of taking half of the world, and they mean to keep it with death from the air, land, and sea. Here is what the Japs are not expecting. The United States Marine Corps. Now, never mind Europe. The Nazis, Mussolini, Hitler is not going to be our job. Not until they can't whip them without us. The Pacific will be our theater of war. The Marines will do battle with the Japs on tiny specks of turf that we have never heard of. Non-commissioned officers. You are the sinew and the muscle of the Corps. The orders come from the brass, and you get it done. When this war is over, when we have swept upon the main islands of Japan and destroyed every scrap of that empire, The strategy will have been that of others. The victory will have been won by you. You, the NCOs, with the chevrons on your sleeves and the instincts in your guts and the blood on your boots. Those of you who are lucky enough to get home for Christmas, hold your loved ones dearly and join them in prayers for peace on earth and goodwill toward all men. And then report back here, ready to sail across God's vast ocean, where we will meet our enemy and kill them all.
I'm locked
Merry
in.
Christmas.
I'm locked in.
Happy 1942.
Carry on. I told you, I knew it. Yeah, well, there it is. First stop being Hawaii. Tell you what, no doubt.
I'm not gonna lie, the red stripes on the sides go hard. They go hard. They go hard. I love them.
Wrong street. Yeah, Manny had the wrong street. You believe that? Get in here. Come on, come on, come on. Come here. Hey, everybody! This is JP and Manny. How you doing?
One big Italian family. I just know. Yup.
Your wife is so beautiful.
JP Morgan, Manny Rodriguez, welcome to our home. We're happy you could join us tonight. Soon, 2 of my brothers are leaving to serve their country. George, we're losing sleep wondering what Marine Corps boot camp's gonna do to you.
I swear JP Morgan's a law firm.
My brother John, you've been there, rough and ready for years. You're in the Philippines and came back to join the Marines because you wanted to be the best and first in. When all this is over, let's say a year from tonight, we'll sit down at this table again for a welcome home feast.
A year.
To all of you, just get the job done and come home to us. Salud.
Salud. Those clothes are for the guests. Carlo, you want that? Yeah, you know, I'm sorry.
The calm before the storm.
Eugene, I'm sorry. Mama's still there. The boy's disappointed, Mary Frank.
I'm his mother.
Malaya and the Dutch East Indies, they must now know that the states are mortal. When we look at the resources of the United States and the British Empire, compared to those of Japan,
Imagine seeing your brothers, family members, friends all go off to war, and you're just not medically cleared to go.
withstood invasion.
Jean, supper's ready.
Deacon, you stay.
I worked hard for these oranges.
Make sure you save one of those for me.
Without a sign, his sword the brave man draws. And that's no omen but his country's cause. Give me back my smoke.
You gotta stop it.
Let's go, boys! Everybody on deck! Let's move! Drag her here, up the ladder! We're outside it right now! Wrap it up now! That's all the horse shit you've heard about the Japs! They've had their turn! Now it's our turn! The treacherous bastards may have started this war, but I promise you, we will finish it! Yeah!
We're wasting no time getting into the thick of the action.
That shit island and its airfield to kill us! We'll yank the surviving Japs out of their ship-filled holes by their yellow balls! They'll go round-eyed when the first American plane lands on their airfield! Heads down in the boats! Hit the beach! Keep moving to your rendezvous points and primary objectives! When you see the Japs, kill them all! Yeah! Let's go! Let's go get them! Move it, move it! Hands on the vertical, feet on the horizontal! Make it tight, get down there, come on!
Yeah, listen. Band of Brothers waited till episode 2 to, you know, begin the D-Day paratrooping, to obviously depict the D-Day landings. And episode 1, we got to see a bit more of the characters. We got to see them train. We get to obviously see the introduction of Captain Sobel. We get to see the implementation of some of the strategies, you know, in the training field in England before they officially, you know, went into war. And I think the documentary went through a lot of that as well, of how many months they spent training before their initial first drop, because they spent initial, I think, time training in England for a camp, then went somewhere else, and then it was sort of like a matter of time as the days went by before it was basically go time, before, you know, you saw that green light in the plane, and that meant it was time. And by then, the traces were hitting the planes and everything. And right here in the Pacific, we're getting right into the thick of things straight away. We had a little introduction to some of the characters immediately with their families, and, you know, obviously having a send-off. And that's about it. We're getting straight into the thick of things only about 20 minutes in. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see with the Eugene character as well as the war goes on, because this is straight 1941, and we know they're expecting to be home by next Christmas. We know how drawn out and how long it initially goes for. So I wouldn't be surprised if Eugene ends up becoming a replacement. But the Pacific here, this is a different animal to obviously the European War and Band of Brothers. This is the Marine Corps perspective.
You could really use this s1ep1 right now!
This is the real deal now.
Go get him, baby!
Obviously, they're not even in Japan now. They're in the Solomon Islands. I believe that's near Papua New Guinea. So you gotta, you know, like the Colonel said at the beginning of the episode, you're fighting on multiple little islands here and there that you've got to take over and slowly progress toward. Saving Private Ryan flashbacks here with the boats, and obviously the opening here with the landing, the ramp. Not the reception they anticipated.
No, I got you, you son of a bitch!
I do? The Islanders use a machete or a rock?
Try using your head, Shuffler. It's big and rock-like.
Hey, Johnny Reb.
Hey, for what it's worth, Corporal Dobson says the Japs might have poisoned the coconuts. They poisoned 1 billion coconuts? Excuse me.
Hey, Doc!
Intelligence has it the Japs moved back into the jungle. Clean the sand out of your weapons. We move in 3 minutes. Let's go find some Japs.
Different type of warfare here. Curious to see how the action is filmed when it does, you know, get down to business. I complimented Band of Brothers so many times for how immersive that experience was. Entering into an unknown world. Uncharted terrain. Love that shot right there. Guerrilla warfare. Now, I want to compliment the audio mixing here, because with Band of Brothers, a lot of the time it was focused on, you know, it was emphasizing a lot of diegetic sound, you know, a lot of the times when the action gets, it's time to get down, you know, to obviously the action sequences and everything going off, they'd hone in on diegetic sounds. So it was only the natural noises that were coming from everything, whether it be the bullets, the bombs, whatever, the screams. And then obviously in the episode Why We Fight, when you had Picante and the crew traversing the forest as well, before they found the concentration camp, obviously all the noise or any music was drained out, and it was just, you know, the sounds of the forest itself, their footsteps, which just added to the tension. Now here, obviously you have this score in the background, but it's a little bit drained out. It's drained out. It's not in like, it's not overwhelming the entire scene here. It's drained out, and all the other sounds, such as the soldiers' footsteps, the crackling of the leaves, you know, the sticks, everything else, the sounds of the forest, you know, they're brought to the forefront, and they're much more, how do I explain it? They're much more louder, and it still adds to that tension that they're trying to, you know, create here. Oh.
Goddamn bastard.
Keep it moving.
Scare tactics, intimidation. I think I'm going to enjoy this show a lot. I don't want to call it a show as well, because if it's exactly like Band of Brothers, it's going to be an experience. Did they hit one of their own?
I went to take a piss. Somebody opened up.
Did he say the password?
I don't know. Start walking. We're moving to the top of the ridge.
Far out.
We're moving.
Corrigan, Stone, get over here.
Hey, the Foxholes.
We've been chasing geese, boys. It's the 5th Marines on the airfield.
Guess we took the airfield. Well, let's go home.
LP's at 300 yards. No fires. 2-hour watches. Let's assume the Japs are watching right now, preparing to come at us.
Assume. They are.
Let the little yellow bastards come.
Jesus Christ.
Unbelievable.
Lord. Can you imagine being on one of those ships? It's like the 4th of July. Guys, 30 cal ammo.
Thank you, thank you.
Hope it was a fucking Jap ship.
It was, it's gotta be. That's Admiral Turner blowing the whole Jap fleet to the bottom of the channel.
I love your optimism.
I was about to say, I love your confidence. Are you sure about that?
Where's the Navy?
Gone. We lost 4 cruisers. Turner took everyone left and headed for open sea. We're it for now.
The Elliotts of Turner?
Zero crashed into her amidships. We couldn't control the fire, so we scuttled her.
Bon voyage.
Yeah, well, she went down with half the battalion's ammo, most of our grub and medical supplies, and all our asswipe.
Let's dig in, Marines.
Start digging in.
Jesus Christ. There are thousands of them.
The whole damn Japanese Empire.
Damn, surrounded.
Station used a cove about 10 miles up. Probably headed there. Don't get too comfortable in your holes.
No way out against all odds. Nah, this is fantastic, man. I'm loving it so far. I don't know, I just... Obviously, a different perspective on the war following the Marines. I think it's because this is a perspective I have yet to witness on television or any sort of film thus far. A lot of the films I have watched have been mainly, you know, trench warfare and things like that. I'm just trying to remember if anything had to do with Japan in, you know, World War II, or like the Marines on the islands. I'm just trying to remember. The closest thing I can remember, I believe, is Battlefield I think it was Battlefield 5 or one of the Battlefield games. I think it was Battlefield 5, which dealt with some of the islands, I think, during this time period. But that's about it. I'm trying to remember if there's some form of media or war film that focused on the Pacific, like the Marines during Japan. That's why I think I'm just already invested in this experience here.
A company made contact. 3 miles east. Destroy any letters you have with any dates or addresses. 37 Trail. Those are the guns in place. Look.
Holy. I mean, do you really know what you're shooting at? It's just traces and traces. You just gotta basically shoot in the direction of the muzzle flare and where the traces are coming from. Was that their captain or sergeant? That was behind the sandbags? Oh, skipper.
Damn it! He's lost it! Come on! Keep moving! Get over there! God damn it! Walk him right! Get your faster running! All right, ready, go!
Just mowing them down as they're trying to flank across the river.
Ammo resupplies at the collection point.
Smitty, resupply down the line. Hey, ammo. Look at them all. I mean, we chewed them up.
They just kept on coming.
A real turkey shoot.
I didn't stop.
Lucky.
They just kept look how many they mowed down.
Fireman, we got a live one here. Take a pin in him, Doc.
Oh my.
Fucking yellow monkeys!
It's like there was even no thought of pulling back whatsoever. They had the objective and they'll continue to pursue that objective. With even no orders to... Die with honor. Don't toy with the bodies like that, man. Like,
Jesus, the smell. They got Rivers, Morley, Abbott, Martin, McDougal. Stanley's blinded. Captain Jameson's been relieved. I better get started on the letters to the families. Oh, and Jurgens.
Sir.
It was a good job moving around last night.
Sir.
Got you promoted to corporal.
Well, we've lost Lou.
Yes, ma'am, I am a corporal. Oh, shit. These must be the bastards who took Guam.
damn, man. I'm getting flashbacks to the Band of Brothers episode, Why We Fight. And the veteran Shifty, what he was talking about at the beginning of the episode, you know, it got to that stage towards the end of the war. Obviously, this is, I think, midway through 1941, or like, you know, a couple years in. And, you know, Shifty was talking about with the German soldiers, he was saying, you know, you just look at these guys and, you know, they have their orders. They're doing what they're supposed to do. We're doing what we're supposed to do. You know, in another lifetime, another reality, you know, this guy might have liked to hunt. He might have liked to fish. You know, we might have been best friends. It's the same thing that goes here. You know, we said goodbye to our families at the beginning of the episode. These guys said, the Japanese said goodbye to their families. They have kids. They have mothers. They have fathers. They have family they left behind. They're you know, they're carrying emblems from their families as well, to remember them as they go to war. It's the same thing, vice versa. You're just doing, you know, what you're supposed to do. That's what Bill basically experienced in that scene right there. He's doing what he's supposed to do, and they're doing what they're supposed to do. This has been a fantastic opening episode. Already getting to the thick of things like that.
Dear Vera, it seems a lifetime since we met outside St. Mary's. This great undertaking for God and country has landed us in a tropical paradise, somewhere in what Jack London refers to as those terrible Solomons. It is a Garden of Eden. The jungle holds both beauty and terror.
Yeah, juxtapose that with the terror that's going on.
Which is man. We have met the enemy and have learned nothing more about him.
Natural beauty.
I have, however, learned some things about myself.
With men inflicting...
There are things men can do to one another that are sobering to the soul. It is one thing to reconcile these things with God, but another to square it with yourself.
How long you been sitting on this one? A week. Want to get it really right for you. Next time, don't let it wait so long.
Finally, the reinforcements.
On board? Shit, it's Chesty Fuller. The 7th, all dressed up for Sunday school.
Hey, you guys forget to set the alarm? Yeah, where you been?
Up with the son of Samoa, screwing your girlfriend.
I have a
girlfriend? Lucky me. Guilty just like you are.
The officers has arrived.
Tokyo! Care to join us?
I don't know, it's a ways, sir. Ride us when you get there.
You guys step aside. The real Marines are here now.
And I've been here for some time.
Marines! Yeah, welcome to the war, fellas.
Best wishes, Fadi. P.S. Your mother would like to know if you want us to send you your dress blue uniform. Just think we get a lot of fancy dress balls around here.
Hey, if we have one, can I be your date?
You are ugly. I want Hoosier.
Take a number.
Hey, Johnny Rabb, it's your turn.
Oh, this one here is from a buddy of mine back in Mobile. Dear Sid, I hope this gets to you before your birthday. You wouldn't recognize home now. Thousands of workers are pouring into the shipyards. The Gulf is blacked out now because of the U-boats. Your sister and I went down to... Your sister and I went down to see the wreckage of a ship they sunk.
Oh, I apologize. I obviously watched Apocalypse Now, which was set during the Vietnam War, and obviously, you know, had this sort of tropical setting. But yeah, I apologize for the remark I made before in terms of, like, I don't know, at the same time, it's a different aspect of it. You know, you're seeing the Marines here on the Pacific. I don't think I've ever watched something dealing with Japan. I obviously Vietnam, but Japan, that's what I was trying to get at before.
She's worried about you, of course, but I told her a greaser like yourself is too crafty for the Japs. Truth is, you're the lucky one, Sid. You'll never have that nagging thought that you let your family, your friends, and your country down. Because that's what I'm afraid of.
You're up. Bunker patrol. On your feet. Let's go.
Hey, finish it. So, I'll leave you knowing that, like the poem says, you're a better man than I am, Gunga Din. You're humble and obedient servant, Eugene Slippage.
Your friend wants to be a Marine.
Yeah, but his father won't let him. He's got a heart murmur.
Murmuring hearts.
Hey, when's your birthday, Sid?
Just a couple of weeks ago.
How old are you?
18.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
A golden grenade.
Happy birthday, dear Phyllis. Happy birthday to you.
Just 18, man. That's the moments they remember. They reflect on those moments, the happy times, the good times they had. Amen. That was a fantastic opening episode to begin the Pacific, ladies and gentlemen. I'm already invested. I'm already down with it. And you know, we get right into the thick of things this episode. You know, we get a short introduction to our characters, and obviously we're sort of following you know, Leckie and Phillips this episode, you know, with how they obviously landed in the Solomon Islands. But then obviously we had the officers side of things with John Berthnell's character and the other boys who we saw this episode go past this little platoon right here of boys who were following the entire episode, which makes me think they're probably not going to join up with them, or they might join up with them. But from what I've heard in the comment section, and yeah, don't go beyond this, is that this series jumps between different, you know, regiments, platoons, or different companies of soldiers. So it might be a little hard to get invested with the characters like I did with Band of Brothers, because Band of Brothers, you know, I felt like I was there with those boys. Those boys were my brothers. Absolutely fantastic. It had this infectious energy to it where you were drawn to the characters from the get-go with Band of Brothers. And this is doing a great job. This is a fantastic opening. But if I'm being honest thus far, I don't feel that connection with the boys thus far as I did with Band of Brothers yet. I'm not, you know, that's just like a little nitpick. It was really fantastic, you know, fantastically done, and it looks like this series already, from some of the, you know, the gore I've seen from this episode, it looks like it's going to be a lot more brutal than Band of Brothers. Band of Brothers was, you know, brutal as hell, but this one as well might show the horrors of war even more. I feel like it won't be afraid to pull the trigger. Already dropped us deep into the action, you know, halfway through the episode. And, you know, you saw what the Japanese soldiers did to those American soldiers, leaving those bodies behind, and how they mutilated those bodies. So in terms of like, you know, from a gore perspective side of things, from displaying the horrors of war, it doesn't look like this show is going to shy away. And if anything, it's going to be, you know, more gruesome than Band of Brothers. So yeah, that's only just episode 1. I feel like we've only just seen the tip of the iceberg for what's going to go down during, you know, what's going to go down as we witness these soldiers progress through these islands and inevitably towards Japan. I cannot wait to see this series unfold, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys enjoyed my reaction. It's been your boy Elie Moses. Take care. God bless and peace.